Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for checking out this video here on Shows, Style, and Spirit. I am Ebony, and I want to talk about Monyetta Shaw, a former cast member of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, revealing that she has survived breast cancer. And before we get into the details, I ask that you please hit the like button on this video and please subscribe to the channel. Everything that I'm saying in this video is alleged and just my opinion. So this is coming from People Magazine. People Magazine is a longtime source of celebrity news. And they are reporting this as an exclusive that the Real Housewives of Atlanta's Monyetta Shaw Carter, she has revealed that she survived breast cancer. And she was diagnosed with a stage 1 invasive ductal carcinoma in November 2024, just about 7 months ago. And she had a lumpectomy and radiation. And the byline, this is written by Miss Sarah Jones. So on May 31st, Monyetta also celebrated her 45th birthday. So happy birthday to Monyetta. And in addition to celebrating her birthday, she was able to say that she is a breast cancer survivor. So some of the highlights of the story includes she also had the radiation after the lumpectomy, and she completed her treatments on May the 2nd. That is when she rang the bell. And now she reports that she feels good. So we're going to now get into the overall story. So, the Real Housewives of Atlanta's Monyetta Shaw Carter is opening up about a recent health challenge. She was diagnosed with breast cancer in November 2024. She said that she had a biopsy about 10 years ago and it came back benign. Then last September, Monyetta said that she was doing a self check because she said she felt a random sensation that she cannot really describe in her left breast. She said that it was nothing like she's ever felt before. And she felt like it was her body alerting her that something was wrong. And then just 1 month later, in October 2024, she had her routine mammogram. And that's when doctors found the lump. She was diagnosed with a slow growing stage 1 invasive ductal carcinoma in November. And after a lumpectomy in January of this year and 16 rounds of radiation, she rang the bell on May the 2nd to mark the end of her treatment. And she notes because she caught the cancer early, she will be here for her kids. And there's nothing more important than getting checked often and early to protect your future. Our health is irreplaceable. I cannot thank my exceptional doctors and nurses enough. They are our heroes. And I just want to take a pause for a moment. I want to pose the question if any of you do the self-check examinations. They say we should do it once a month. It's helpful to remember if you do it like on your birthday, once a month, whatever the number part of your birthday is. Once a month, do that just to check with the two fingers, the index and the FU finger together in the small circles from the areola upward, or it could be in the other direction, but still checking your whole breast for any lumps. I know it can be nerve-wracking. I feel like once I hit my 40s, like mentally, okay, so now this is when I start getting mammograms. But I feel like there's not enough conversation surrounding the anxiety behind getting the mammogram once a year. I actually experience a lot of anxiety. Like when I eat something bad that like I'm letting myself have something unhealthy, I'm like, but does this cause cancer? And when I have a drink, I'm like, is this bad for you? And I did not have these anxieties until I entered my 40s and I had to start getting the mammograms. And I know that for me individually, I'm anxious just in general. But I wonder, like, do other women go through this same anxiety? And if so, like nobody talks about it. But the best way that I combat the anxiety is just making sure that I get the mammogram each year. And I'm always thankful when it comes back normal and I'm healthy. And I make a donation to the American Cancer Association, St. Jude, because I'm just so thankful for health in my body. But I do think that that is important. And it is kind of awkward doing the self check. And I don't think that I do it perfectly, but I definitely try just to stay in front of any health challenges. And now let's continue moving on with the article. Monyetta Shaw recalls the moment she got the phone call from her doctor with her diagnosis. And she says it was obviously one of the hardest and scariest moments of her life. Everything around her stopped. Her heart stopped, her heart dropped. She was afraid, she was angry, she was just numb. Then it was time to come up with a plan. While doing all of the biopsies and MRIs, Monyetta was first considering having a double mastectomy. But after her genetic testing came back favorable, and after sitting in her reality for some time, she decided to get the lumpectomy. One thing that I noticed, and Monyetta looks so beautiful here, and again, happy birthday to her. I was thinking to myself, I'm thankful that she got the mammogram, and it had to have been, like the doctor says, slow growing and stage one, because they found the lump in October, and November she got the formal diagnosis. And then, she didn't have the lumpectomy until January. It sounds like they let her wait until after the holiday season. But the fact that she could even wait, that kind of spoke to me like they were confident that it was definitely slow growing and it was caught super early, stage one. Those are huge blessings. And I'm just so glad she's completed her treatments and now she's able to talk about it. And she's literally looking back on it. So I think that that is great. And she continues, it's so important for her to share this story because she hopes to inspire others not to dismiss their gut feeling. Shaw Carter tells people exclusively, our bodies speak to us, and when it does, we have to listen. It can be a matter of life or death. The Keep It Classy Nails CEO is so serious about cancer awareness that for her 45th birthday party on May 31st, that was just yesterday, all guests were asked to wear pink associated with breast cancer awareness to celebrate her being cancer free. And she has knocked out cancer with the pink boxing gloves. I love that theme. After her diagnosis, Monyetta found strength in her husband, Heath Carter, but she knew she also had to tell her ex fiance, singer Neo, whom she started dating in 2009, but they broke up in 2013, 2 months before their wedding. Who remembers the show Atlanta Exes? Monyetta Shaw was on Atlanta Exes. And back then, yeah, she was like the girlfriend slash ex-girlfriend of Neo. Then there was also a Hollywood Exes that included Nicole Murphy, Eddie Murphy's ex-wife, Will Smith's ex-wife, Sherry, and Prince's ex-wife, Maite. That's back in the day reality TV. And now back to the People magazine article. The exes co-parent 2 children, daughter Madeline, Maddie, who's 14, and son Mason, who's 13. And Monyetta and her husband Heath married in November 2021. And she is also stepmom to his 2 kids, Gigi and Brianna. And Monyetta says that Neo was very absolutely supportive once she revealed her diagnosis. And she said that they told him when they were all together, her husband and Neo and the kids, they were at a bowling alley celebrating Maddie's birthday. And so he was shocked and he was definitely supportive. And he told her, you are going to beat this. So I'm glad that Monyetta has a support system and her husband, her children, and even her ex Neo. It sounds like they co-parent peacefully. Monyetta seems like she has a very sweet spirit. It's got to be hard to be confrontational with her. I'm glad that Neo can co-parent with her because back then when she was on Atlanta Exes, I did not like Neo. Love his music, did not like him because it just seemed like she was way too sweet for him, way too good for him. So I'm glad that she found love also. And she waited patiently to marry Heath in November 2021. I remember the wedding photos were all over Instagram. I'm glad that she finally met someone and that they did get married. And she told Candy from Escape and, former reality star of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And she said that Candy immediately responded with, "Oh my gosh, what can I do?" She said Candy has been super supportive. And also, she told Portia, Cynthia, and Shamia, and they were all supportive as well. Now, do you all feel like there's been an uptick of cancer diagnosis? Even more, it feels like when I was a kid, it felt like just much older people got sick. Like they were definitely retired from work, old enough to collect Social Security. They got sick, and it was the elderly who passed. And even with particularly cancer diagnosis, it seems like everyone who got cancer, they were definitely like in the second half of life or, much older. And then a couple of times you might hear of someone like in their 40s getting it. But from all of the influencers that I follow, like some people in their 30s have gotten it. And now you're hearing about teenagers. And it just seems like it's a huge cluster. I don't know if it's in some of the food or what, but it seems very odd. Or it could be related to 2020. I don't know, but it seems very strange. But I also feel like at the same time, the influencers that I follow, like they've all survived it. And I'm so thankful as well. And I'm thankful that Monyetta survived it as well. And I thank you all so much for checking out this video. Please hit the like button on this video and please subscribe to the channel if you have not already done so. I hope that you are having a fantastic weekend. I am. I cannot complain. And check out my video that I made yesterday after I got my locks retwisted. I believe soon I'll go out and knock out the gym and grocery shopping. And then the latter part of the afternoon, I'm going to figure out how I'm going to spend it. I was thinking about going back, like if there's another like Pride event today with all of the vendors that sell the products and the food trucks, or, I may find something else to get into. Well, I will talk with you all soon. Take good care. Bye.